Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. It's Theo here, and today we'll talk about how I manage my time as a student and YouTuber. And the best way to go about it, I think, is to walk you through everything that I do during a week. Now my week is basically divided in 3 parts, from Monday to Thursday afternoon, from Thursday afternoon to Friday evening, and then Saturday and Sunday. Before we get into the first part, feel free to like this video and I'll be back right after the intro. Now, from Monday to Thursday afternoon, I try to focus on university as much as possible. I spend about 4 to 5 hours in Zoom classes every day now, and in between I try to do some more reading for each of the classes, as well as do my homework for the language classes, which are French and Arabic this year for me. Usually, instead of the Zoom classes, I go to class, to the Diplomatic Academy or to the language center. Normally, physically going to classes takes a bit more time, but also I spend less time cooking or doing stuff around the house, because normally I eat lunch at university in the canteen, and that saves quite a lot of time. Also, because I treat my YouTube channel as a startup, I can't not think about it every day. So from Monday to Thursday, I'll still think about how I can best make my video for that week, and if new ideas come to my mind, I write them down in a Notion page, or I flesh out the script a little bit if it's necessary for the upcoming video, also in a separate Notion page. My productivity is basically organized using Notion and Outlook email and calendar. I'm using Outlook as an email client and calendar because that's what the university uses, so it's the best integration there, although normally I'd use Google or something else. Let me know if you'd like to find out more about the tools that I'm using to stay organized, and probably especially Notion, because that's quite a hot topic right now. So let me know in the comments about that. The second part of my week begins on Thursday afternoon at about 4 o'clock. Right after the political science class, which is, for example, right now, my focus completely shifts towards my YouTube channel. So at about 4 p.m. I start setting up my studio with the light, the microphone, the camera, and I start filming. I'm filming it in about 3 hours. It takes so long because I also have to set it up, film, maybe make some changes to the script in the meantime, and also think a bit about it, and then also put everything away again, because I don't have a permanent studio here. I'm just in my living room at the moment. To be honest, I'd love to be able to rent a studio somewhere and leave everything as it is, but for the time being, that's not possible. Probably that and outsourcing my video editing would be the first 2 things I do as the channel grows. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually like video editing, and that's how I usually spend my Friday mornings, if not the entire day. Now, some videos take me about 3 hours to edit, like the vlogs, for example. Others take me about 6 to 7 hours, when it's more the kind of evergreen content that can't be very spontaneous, and I've got to make sure that everything is exactly as I want it to be. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Theo, and today we'll talk about how to read more. Today we'll talk about how to deal with stress at university. My purpose in this video is to present to you my 3 best techniques that I used all the way throughout high school and university to remember what I read. Now, the beautiful thing about vlogs is the fact that they can be raw and spontaneous. Hi guys, it's Theo here. This year I graduated from Cambridge, and then I moved to the dressing room now. I got the DA mask out, I finally found it, and it's nice to feature it in this video. So I've just come back from French class and it went well, but they announced us that beginning next week it's all going to be on Zoom. But the thing is, the storyline needs to be good, otherwise they're no good. So there's a trade-off there as well. But now, to stay on track, so after the 3 to 6 hours of editing, I usually spend about 1 or 2 more hours on the thumbnail, doing the search engine optimization for YouTube for my title and video description and the tags as well. And then I finally schedule the video for a certain time or publish it right away, because my usual publishing time for 1 video a week is on Friday afternoons at about 5 p.m. Central European time. That's what I'm aiming for. If the editing takes longer and then Friday night comes, then I'll schedule it for Saturday morning, but that's not ideal for me, Then when I'm done with all this and there's no lockdown, what I like to do most is go to the gym. It's the best way to clear my mind and change the environment. On Saturdays and Sundays, I like to take it a bit slower. On Saturday morning, I start with a trip to the flea market when there's no lockdown once again. Then have a brunch and read the newspaper. And then in the afternoon, I try to clean the house a little bit every week. And then in the late afternoon on Saturday, I've got two options. I either catch up on some reading that I hadn't had the time to do during the week, or I sit down and plan my social media and my upcoming video for the next week. To be honest, I should have a better plan of what I'm creating every week for the next few months, but I'm not there yet. I haven't found the time to make such a detailed plan yet. So for the moment, for the time being, I'm creating as I go, and I gather ideas, I search for ideas every week. I'm taking inspiration from what you guys are commenting, and I'm trying to create the best content possible that way. But there's still room for automation and optimization there, so to speak. On Sunday, I also take it slow. I start with some reading for university, and then around noon, I sit down to write my weekly newsletter, Tio's Thoughts, which is linked down in the description, and you can subscribe to it if you want to. I usually take inspiration from what I think about throughout the week. It's based on what I'm reading, what I come across in media, and also what life wisdom comes my way and I think about during that particular week when I'm writing the newsletter. So feel free to join if you're so inclined. And this is basically how a normal week in my life looks like. I'm now at the Thursday part of my routine. I'm about to take down this setup and get the files uploaded to my PC. Now, if I've got a bit of time, like today for example, after I film, I usually take care of the thumbnail right now. I might take a picture or two and then edit that in Photoshop. I might also start doing a bit of editing so that I've got a bit more slack tomorrow afternoon, and so that I can keep my posting time consistent every Friday afternoon. It's always good to have a couple of hours before the posting time in case something goes wrong, and usually something goes wrong right before rendering, and I've got to render it twice. Most videos I render twice because of some stupid mistake that I make right before clicking render. It's good to account for that as well. Anyway, I hope this breakdown of my week helps you think a bit more about how you can better manage your time, whether you've got a YouTube channel or not. Time management is always a good skill to have when we're juggling between so many activities. If you think I'm doing something wrong or something doesn't make sense to you, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like these, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye bye.